A biological woman with a beard home-birthed a non-conforming gender-fluid baby and is trying to get the gender on his birth certificate to say none. She's been having trouble, though, because according to her lawyer, Barbara Finley, who does not spell her name with capital letters, Canada doesn't let you do that. I stumbled upon this story on Twitter Moments, which I only really use if I'm looking for something to make a video on because it's usually a goldmine. And today it was no different, because in social justice's brave and dangerous fight for equity, British Columbia has issued a male baby a health card with a U where an M should be. Not even a U for his gender, a U for his sex. Now, some people will tell you that sex and gender are the same thing, but let's just use the dictionary definition of the two words for a second. Sex as biological and gender as a social construct. If you think your gender is, leaf, I couldn't care less about it. If you politely ask me to refer to you as chlorophyll self, and I respect you as a person, I'll happily do it. But if you think your sex is leaf, boy, do I have news for you. There's a reason biological sex is important, and that's because men and women are fundamentally different. Hiding this information from a doctor, to me, seems like one of the worst things you can do for your child's health. Besides, giving birth to them at home. So I guess we already know this person never had the best intentions for her son anyways. There is a U, presumably for unassigned, for the biological sex on this child's health card. I guess the doctor will have to put treating this kid on hold until he has the sense of self and command of vocabulary to tell everybody who he really is. Please, you can have your 72 socially constructed genders, but don't try to meddle your way into biological sex. Next up, Donald Trump inserted himself into the story of a terminally ill baby being taken off of life support. From who else but Jezebel, the extremely unbiased WordPress template blog about celebrity sex and fashion for women? Charlie Gard is a baby who has brain damage and a mitochondrial disease, and recently the European Court of Human Rights ruled that the parents of Charlie Gard cannot take their child to the United States or anywhere else for experimental treatment, and instead should just take him off life support. Yes, the European Court of Human Rights ruled that a baby who has a chance to be cured should instead be killed. Donald Trump tweeted out in support of Charlie, saying, "If we can help little Charlie Gard, as per our friends in the UK and the Pope, we would be delighted to do so." A nice gesture, in my opinion. I think the family should have a right to seek treatment for their kid wherever it's offered, and the president is just extending a helping hand for the family to be able to do so. But in comes Jezebel, riding the anti-Trump train, saying that the president's tweet was nothing more than a way to just insert himself into the story in a holier-than-thou fashion, leaving us to infer that Jezebel believes that no one should ever be allowed to intervene when a court quite literally sentences a baby to death against the will of his parents. Pretty powerful stance they're taking, considering they can't figure out how to spell the word breathe. In some actually sane news, Antifa was declared a domestic terrorist organization by the New Jersey Homeland Security in mid-June. So there's something nice. But unfortunately, our pleasant little intermission from insanity has been cut short, because I think CNN just committed a crime. Title 18 of U.S. Code Section 873 states, whoever, under a threat of informing or as a consideration for not informing against any violation of the law of the United States, demands or receives any money or other valuable thing, shall be fined under this title or imprisoned not more than 1 year, or both. Exclusive. CNN tracked down the Reddit user behind the Trump wrestling gif. Now he's apologizing. I'm sure you remember the Trump wrestling gif of him beating up CNN, the one that got 500,000 likes. CNN, with clearly nothing else better to do, tracked down the person who made it. I mean, the way they worded the tweet, "We tracked him down, and now he's apologizing," it just seems a little shady from the get-go. And it only gets worse from here. They have the apology from him, and they have his docs, they have his personal information, and what they say next in the article is really disturbing. CNN is not publishing Han Asshole Solo's name because he is a private citizen who has issued an extensive statement of apology, showed his remorse by stating that he has taken down all his offending posts, and because he said he is not going to repeat this ugly behavior on social media again. CNN reserves the right to publish his identity should any of that change. Not for nothing, but it sounds like CNN, the cable news network, is threatening to dox this man should any of that change. Meaning, if he shitposts another gif of Trump, It sounds like CNN is prepared to ruin a man's life should he engage in the creation of memes. Okay,